Welcome everyone. So investing, right? So investing absolutely without any doubt is the gateway to building wealth and achieving financial independence or financial freedom that we often talk about. But let me tell you, let me warn you that success in investing is not just about, choosing the right stocks or mutual fund. It's about avoiding the common mistakes that many people unknowingly make. So today in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the typical mistakes, the common mistakes, the investing mistakes that can cost you dearly if you are not careful. So watch the video till the end, and I promise this session will transform the way you think about investment. So let's get started. First thing, first is don't chase high returns without understanding the risk. And one of the biggest mistake that the beginners make is chasing investments with highest returns. And this is called alpha chasing. So that is focusing on growth, ignoring the risk. So for example, if you see small cap mutual funds, if you look at the returns, they may be delivering impressive returns right now at this point of time, but they're also the riskiest of all. So small companies are more vulnerable to economic changes, the regulations, and the market volatility. So if you put all money into such funds, you are setting yourself up for sleepless nights. And instead, you can follow simple rule 100 minus your age. So if you are 30, invest 70% of your money in the stock market, but spread it across large cap, mid cap, and small cap funds. So this way you will balance growth and risk. So this rule is something which I always talk about, 100 minus your age. That means the older you become, if you become 40, you will reduce the 70% in stock market to 60%. When you become 50, it becomes 50-50. And when you become 60, again, it will reduce further. So the older you go, the risk you will take will be less, and you will shift your investment to more stable types. Again, second, and again, the most important one, never borrow money to invest. See, taking a loan to invest is a recipe for disaster, no matter how tempting it seems, and avoid it at all cost. Even if you see the biggest of the crash, it is very difficult to, borrow money and invest. Because what if it is not rising? Based on your expectation, the interest payment may be more than the outcome or the return that you're actually getting. So remember that the loans comes with the interest, and stock market returns are never guaranteed. If the market dips, you will lose both your investment and you also get stuck repaying the loan. So you need to pay the interest. For example, let's say you are borrowing a 5 lakh loan and you need to pay 12% interest over 3 years. It will cost you nearly 1 lakh in interest alone. So if your investment fails, you are left with financial burden that could have been easily avoided. So here you are taking that unnecessary risk by borrowing money and investing money. So the simple thumb rule or the key takeaway is only invest what you can afford to lose, and never especially gamble with the borrowed money. That is going to put not only you, your family also into trouble if something happens to you. Okay, so that's a very important rule. Again, third one, start early. The earlier you start, the advantage you will get, because we always talk about compounding need time. More the time you give, more the money grow with the power of compounding. So never delay on investments. Okay, so avoid this word, I'll invest later, I'll invest whenever I have money. No, that's not the case. You should invest, and rest of the money you should spend. Okay, so I'll invest later is one of the costliest mistake that you can ever make. So if you have not started investment, at least with a simple small SIP you can start with, that will build a habit. And when you realize the potential, you will automatically keep increasing that. So even if it is 1,000 rupees, start investing today, start doing the SIPs. So if you need any help in that regard, you can always get in touch with us. So time is your biggest ally in investing. And thanks to the power of compounding, I told you, money will grow if you give more time. That is all because of the compounding rule. And you need to understand the rule of compounding. So I'll show you why, and I'll explain you why. If you start investing, let's say 10,000, you know, 10,000 SIP per month that you're doing at the age of 25. And by the time you reach 60, you will have 6.5 crore on an average minimum return of 12% if you calculate. But it could be 15, Okay, so and I'm talking about fixed 10,000 that you are doing. So it becomes 6.57 crores. What if you can adjust that based on inflation? Let's say this year 10,000. Next year, if your income is rising, you will increase it by 10%. It become 11,000. Next year again, if income is rising, you will again increase by 10% or 5%. This is going to be like 25, 30 crore. That is the power of compounding. But if you wait until you become 35 to start, so you started at 25 and 10,000. Now, if suppose you are starting at 35, then you will end up with only 2 crore, less than 2 crore. So that 10-year delay cost you around 5 crore here. I hope this is very clear. So that's the power of compounding. So no matter how small is your income, start investing today. Even if it is 1,000 rupee SIP that you're going to do per month, let it continue with this year 1,000 rupee. Automatically, you will understand the import. Once you get into this, you will understand and you will start doing it more. The thing is that you need to start. Every year you delay significantly impact your wealth in future, and that is going to affect you very badly in future. So even if it is 1,000, start with 1,000, build that habit over a period of time. You will automatically inculcate it and you will understand the power of it and you will start doing it more. The only hurdle is that you need to get start. That starting trouble will be there. Even if it is small, start today and be consistent. Okay. So don't delay, guys. Always, I want to tell this. This is very, very significant. Even I got detected with colon cancer. I've realized the power of investing. Whatever I have invested, and because of that only, I was very confident about my family because of three reasons. I had a very powerful, life insurance coverage around 4 crore, and then my investments, and I know my family was safe. So always invest either for you and for your family also. Always have a life insurance or a term insurance and a health insurance and SIP also. Okay, so these three things, never make a mistake, never take a compromise on this. Again, avoid over diversifying your investment. There is no point in over diversifying, right? So, for example, many people believe more mutual funds means more returns, but that's not the case. That's not true. Spreading your money across too many funds actually dilute your returns. For example, X mutual fund, Y mutual fund, both of them may be investing in the same share also. If you are investing, let's say 12 mutual funds, you are likely buying the same stocks repeatedly under different names. That's it. So instead, you can focus on 3 or 4 funds. If you want to diversify, select those 3 or 4 funds where you will see the diversification. There should not be any overlapping. So you can go for large cap fund for stability, mid cap or flexi cap fund for growth, and small cap fund for higher risk and returns. So I told you, if you are at 30 now, 70% of your portfolio you can allocate for stock market. Within that also, you can divide into, let's say, 50% to large cap and 30% to mid cap and 20% to small cap, like that. So keep it simple and let your money grow without unnecessary complications, tensions, and headaches. Again, stop obsessively checking the prices. Have you ever bought or sold a stock and immediately checked its price again? Many people fall into this trap. You bought it every day, see, this is all about compounding. This is a long-term investment that we are actually doing. It's not short-term. It's not intraday, or it's not done for 1 week or 1 month. It is long-term wealth building process I'm talking about. The problem is the price rise, and if you feel regret for selling it too early, right? You saw the price rise and profit, you sold it, and then again it is going up. That regret will be there. If it fails, if it comes down, if it falls, you feel you made a bad investment. So avoid these unnecessary tensions and other things. SIPs will actually help you because you will be there in the market in all market cycles, and you will be consistent, you will be disciplined, and you are not thinking about anything. Every month, as and when your salary is getting, it is automatically debited, and you are investing, and you keep invested in the market in all market cycles that help you. So investing a long term is what we are talking about. It's in whenever I'm talking about investment, it's a long term game. It's a long term plan. Consistency is what matters. Discipline is what matters. Starting early is what matters. The compounding is the rule. Understand all these. That's why I'm emphasizing this again and again and again. So don't let this short-term fluctuation stress you. Okay, remember, wealth is built over years, not in days or weeks. It takes time. Let your money grow. Give the time to money. Okay, so don't believe in any investment that is 100% safe. There is nothing which is 100% safe. No investment is completely risk-free, not even fixed deposit also. Banks can default. and inflation can erode your return. For example, let's say you invested 100 rupee, and what if inflation is going to be 20%? Imagine if that happened, or inflation is going to be 100%, then you lost 50% of your value. So whatever you can buy for 100 rupee, if you need to buy next year, you need to pay, let's say 150, 120 rupee if inflation is 20%. Then money value is actually decreasing. Your money is safe, and even it may be safe in your bank, but there is of no use because you are getting interest of 6 rupees, so you will get back 106. And in market it is 120 if you need to buy something. So inflation can erode your returns, or the banks can default. All these are possibility. Okay, so even the Nifty 50, that is India's top companies index, dropped by 50% during 2008 financial crisis. 50% drop. COVID, it's around 25%. But market recover. Don't worry about that. As long as India is there, markets recover. But it take time, right? So the journey is not that smooth, and it's a long-term journey. Understand every asset have a risk. So what will help here? It is a diversification. That's why I told you, if you are 40, 60% in stock market, and then rest of it, it could be real estate, it could be some other investments, some fixed deposits. You can also try gold, you can try silver, some amount in crypto also. So diversify. Again, never ever go with this stock market tips and everything, these telegram groups, social media, the tips, the random tips and everything, and don't buy based on that. Okay, so if everyone knows about a stock, its potential for extraordinary return is already gone. So don't think about that. You can do simple investments through your SIPs, and that's the best. Otherwise, you learn yourself, and if you want to do it, you do it yourself. So do your own research and make informed decision. Stock market success comes from understanding, not blindly following others. You cannot do. Their risk reward won't match yours. Okay, their capital won't match yours. Again, set a stop loss and always try to stick to it. When it comes to this emotions are your biggest enemy in investing. A stop loss is a tool to automatically sell your stock if its price fall below a certain level, and that will protect you from further losses. So that stop loss should be there in your mind anyway. For example, if you buy a stock at, let's say, 100 rupee, set a stop at 80, which is 20%. So your maximum loss is 20 here, and that's the worst situation with if it happens. So you may hold on to the stocks as it drops further. That is actually going to uh, put you in a disadvantageous position. What if it is further keep on going down, and you cannot hope for recovery? Hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. So by the time it hit 50 or 40, that's when you realize that should not have done. So always have a stop loss in mind and apply it. Never skip that. So use stop losses. That will actually protect your investment and control your emotions also. Okay, so again, many people get emotionally attached with investments, whether it is real estate or gold. So you might have heard that people, even despite getting some very high returns, they won't sell the land because it is my ancestor property, or gold. But these are investment anyway. The long term is there. But what I'm telling is, we Indians are mostly attached with some of the investments. I took gold and real estate as just examples. So here you need to consider your investments are tool to grow your wealth, and these are not treasures to hold on to forever. There is no such commitments or emotions. Whether it's a stock, mutual fund, or even your home, be practical about selling when it no longer serves you. If you realize that it is the maximum potential that I was looking for, then why you are going to hold it? And if you are not expecting further growth in that, sell it, shift it to some other opportunities, right? So many people have seen even the loss making properties they will hold on to because of some emotional attachments. It could be your father's property or grandfather's property. Okay, so holding on to such kind of bad assets can drain you financially. So let it go as and when it is necessary. If you feel like it is not going to grow further, or it is a liability for you, let it go. Okay, so again, one very important thing is goal is important, not the means. So you see this. Focus on making money. Ultimately, that is what matters, and not being right always. You cannot be right always. So this is again, don't let your ego control your investment decisions. It's okay to be wrong sometimes, as long as your overall portfolio grows. Okay, so see, when we talk about investment, sometimes if you are going good at doing good at 60% or 70%, that itself is a very good achievement. Let's say I'll talk about two investors, X and Y. So X gets 7 out of 10 investments right. Assume X gets 7 out of 10 investment right. That means 70% accuracy. But his returns are small because he focuses on being correct all the time. On the other hand, Y gets 6 out of 10 correct, but he is more successful because he is having higher returns and she focuses on growth. So never try to be right all the time. Your decisions can be wrong, your investment can be wrong. You need to accept it. So it's not about how often you are right, it's about how much money you make. That's very important. Okay, so let's conclude, guys. Learn always and keep learning, keep investing yourself. Always try to have a mentor who can support you, who can guide you financially. If you are in that position, then it's okay. Otherwise, you need to have a mentor all the time. So again, let me tell you, investing is not just about making profits, it's about avoiding mistakes that hold you back. So the mistakes that we have discussed are the most common mistakes that a beginner often make. So whether it's about chasing high returns or taking unnecessary risk or delaying investment, each mistake can cost you dearly. So now think about it. Which of these mistakes you have done? Have you tried a riskier investment, or have you tried chasing high returns, or have you not yet started investment? Then think about it and let me know in the comment section. So that's about this session, guys, and thank you so much. In case if you need any help regarding this, you can get in touch with us. See you guys.